Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for July 5th, 2019, 3 p.m. Eastern. We had another 4th of July for 2019 yesterday. I'm sure everybody celebrated it accordingly. And it's far more reaching than just this country. It involves all of humanity. And it is so imperative to be happy within yourself. It's absolutely paramount. It's easy for humans to become dispersed or sad or worried, and obviously there's nothing wrong with that, but we know that those are frequencies that lower us, and then they attract more. You're like a magnet, say. So if your frequencies are low, that's what you're going to attract. If your frequencies are high, then that's what you're going to attract. It's automatic. There's no exceptions. So the only exception is that if it's superficial, if you were trying on the surface to act a certain way when it is not genuine from your heart mind, deep within, then you're still going to attract low frequencies. See, that's what a lot of people, they figure they can act happy and joyous and everything on the outside, but on the inside, they are distraught, worried, stressed, and feared. They cover it up by being happy and joyous and everything. And that still attracts more of the same. So that's why some people will say to me, I'm always in a good mood. I seem to be happy all the time. And then it comes out that, what the true story is and how they truly feel. And that's why they attract those frequencies. And if you know you're a magnet, then you become much more conscious about what you're doing, because you're mastering and commanding and monitoring yourself. So you're literally managing yourself. And things that happen, and sometimes, as we've all experienced, things can just bing, split second, and everything shifts. Everything changes. And you ever notice that it's always external? It's always external. Whatever it is that occurs, and it kind of like shakes you, or you kind of go thump, and you go, oh. And this is a creation of your unconscious. It's a creation. It is something that you're not aware of, that somewhere, some shape or form, you threw a thought out there, and it became physical. It became real. And this is, a lot of people, it's frustrating for because they say, this is just unexpected. I had no idea that this was going to happen. This is why we always go with the flow. You go with the flow. And sometimes it's very difficult to do that because sometimes we get irritated, we get stressed, and we don't go with the flow. Even though we know we should go with the flow, we don't go with the flow. And it's so important because I can almost guarantee you that if you go with the flow on so many things that would irritate you and stress you, yeah, some of them linger, they linger with you, but they're not really that impactful. They're limited in their staying power. Eventually they will be gone. They dissipate. And by being that way for yourself, within your heart mind, you say, I go with the flow. You can just communicate through yourself within, that you communicate that. You don't even need to verbalize it. You just talk to yourself within. And when you do this, you're addressing it. So as you're addressing it, you identify it. And as you identify it, you're conscious of it. And as you're conscious of it, you're able to move the frequencies in that direction. And it's no different. I always use, I like to use the glass lake, where it's just absolutely, completely quiet, like we did in the stillness meditation. And you're in a canoe, and you're just sitting out there. You're laying in a canoe, and you're just floating. There isn't a sound, and you're going with the flow. And whatever happens, you flow with it. You don't fight it. See, fighting creates that love under pressure, that anger, that stress, that fear, that frustration, that anxiety, that worry. And as we do these things, we create more of the very thing that we're trying to eliminate. See? It's kind of a circle jerk, because on one hand, we are trying to be conscious, carefully conscious about our actions, what we do, how we do them, what our true motivation is, how we view things, how we look at things. So it's like anything else. You're built up. Your excitement is built up, built up, built up, built up, built up, built up. And then it comes crashing down because everything that you expected, whatever it may be, didn't happen. And you're let down. See? Imagine if you look at something, whatever it may be, and you say, you know what? I'm just going with the flow here. That's it. And this intent's been put out there, so that's it. That's all I can do. I send it, and that's it. And I keep myself in a high frequency, a joy and a bliss and a happiness and peace. And you know how you do it? There's one way that you can guarantee it, and that is being in deep, deep, deep gratitude all of the time. Everything. Every single thing. Whatever it may be, you stay in deep gratitude. Do you know why this helps, this shifts? Because it's a very high frequency. And it's intending that you are grateful and thankful for everything. However you view it. It may be, I don't like this, but you're grateful for it. In deep gratitude. And it cannot come from the surface, and it cannot come from the mind. It has to come from the heart mind. Deep within you, when you make that conviction, it's deep within, and you'll feel it when you express it to yourself. You don't need to say it out loud. You say it to yourself. I am deeply grateful. These are all connecting. These are all links that make the whole. And when you figure that out, when you're really, really in sync with yourself, that's when you become the master and commander. That's when your light ship moves effortlessly. That's when you're in joy. And the joy is you. This is all you, but you have to bring it out and look at it and know that it is you. And once you do this, then you're able to enjoy you. Enjoy yourself. Love yourself. Eliminate all guilt, stress factors about you. Okay? Or fear. Oftentimes people have wonderful things happen to them. And they could stay there because they're in that field. They're in that very nice flow of high frequency. And things just start moving and working and everything. And then they get this fear. The mind and the ego, they dictate this, and it comes down from the top of your head in your brain, and it moves down in your body. And that's where in the pit of your stomach, you start getting that fear. Well, this is, and what is it usually? I better enjoy this while I can because it's not going to last forever. And that intent, that very intent that you say to yourself, literally cuts it off. And inevitably, when you say that, it does end eventually. It stops. Say, when you bring that doubt in and you make that statement, however it's made, whatever words you use, it cuts off that flow. It drops you down. It's like you're in this wonderful place and you're just flowing and all of this wonderful energy and frequencies and everything is just coming and going. Even things that, okay, and then you just go with the flow. Grateful and thankful, deep gratitude. And it works. See? But when you make those statements, you see how tricky it is. You pull yourself out. You just do. Every time. How many of us have done that? And how many of us have experienced it? Where we just hit that sweet spot where everything is just percolating and moving and wonderful and no matter what's going on around you, and you're just moving effortlessly. And it's just flowing. And you get the fear. The fear comes in. How long is this going to last? Is it going to last forever? What happens if this? What happens if I run out of this? What happens if this happens? And all that literally drops you down into the muck. And then what do you say? What do a lot of people say? Well, I knew it wasn't going to last forever. It's crazy. It's just crazy. So, it is an art for us to move into this knowing for ourselves. Move into the knowing for yourselves. Deep, deep, deep gratitude is the checkpoint. It is the premise, the basis of keeping you and moving you into high frequency. Because when you're met with anything and you say, I'm deeply grateful for this. And in your eyes, it could be a negative, could be an obstacle. But when you say deep gratitude from the heart mind, it literally becomes no more. It passes quickly. It's like, would you step onto that freeway of your 60,000 plus thoughts coming in every day? No, it's like, would you step out in a busy freeway? Okay? Cars just zooming. Would you stand there and intercept those thoughts? I don't think so. But some of us do. And we get absolutely lambasted. We get literally knocked on our rumps with some of these thoughts. And they trigger us to respond in intent, which is negative, which is cynical. And it's very easy to get caught in that cynicism and that questioning. And then you sour. We are human with emotional bodies. So some of this is all us. And it's up to us to orchestrate it. Sometimes we do well, sometimes we don't. Doesn't matter. At least we're orchestrating it. At least we are the conductor. And it watches us, and it does what we ask it to do. We direct it. So you direct your intent through your heart mind, and you are always in deep, deep, deep gratitude. You're always in there. You're never not. And as you learn this, as you start to understand it, I know that you're correlating this and you're saying, that happens to me a lot. And a lot of things trigger it. It's when you're rushing or someone does something that's unexpected to you. It kind of goes bump, and you have a choice. left or turn right and take an alternate course? Or do you say, I'm deeply grateful, I'm going with the flow, I'm happy? And this is what we literally intend for the civilization of this planet, for everyone. Right? Yes, it does get tough with all of the chatter and misdirection, misguidance, and the secrets and all that stuff. But you're you. Remember, you are you. You contain your happiness. You contain your gratitude. You contain it all. Nothing. It's not outside. It's in you. You decide. You decide how you're going to travel in that body. You decide. Nobody else does. As much as you think they do not. It is you. It is you that gives away your power. It is you that keeps your power. It is you that directs your love for yourself and others. It is you who directs your gratitude. You're the director. You're the composer. You're everything. You direct the instruments to play the beautiful music, and you compose the music to be played. This is what you are. And when you understand that, you're able to literally traverse anything. Anything. And when you're connected to your God, you're omnipotent. It's a breeze. It really is. At first, it doesn't seem like it, but eventually, in eventuality, it is a breeze. It is natural. It is unobtrusive. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure most of you are. And as I talk, you're going to want to relax, and so you move into the now. The now. That means that all those thoughts that you're mixing with on your freeway there, that you're mixing with them and identifying them and interacting with them, you drop out. You sit in your chair, and you're in the now. Not an hour from now, not 10 minutes from now, not tomorrow, not yesterday, not a year ago, not 10 years ago, but the now. The now. Because I'm telling you something. All the things that have occurred in your past, that's exactly what it is. It's futile to continually be in your past. Futile. You will repeat everything over and over again in different ways. So you're in the now. Your body relaxes, the shoulders drop, you're not stressed, you don't have anxiety, you're not fearful, you're not worried about anything. This is what means being in the now does. All that drops away. And your body relaxes when you do that. And as you're in the now, and as you're relaxing, you're going to want to breathe. As I said numerous times, humans shallow breathe. You only take in 18% oxygen. This is really, really not good. So we breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. As you breath in through the nose, you want to hold it 1001, 1002, 1003, and you breathe out, breath out, exhale through the mouth. You do this 3 count, this 3-second count, to focus yourself on your breathing. You're in the now, you immediately go into your breathing, which focuses you on your breathing. It takes you deeper in to yourself. And you're going to want to do this at least 6 times while I'm talking. Now, when you breathe in, when you breath in through the nose, you understand that you're connected to everything don't know that, and they don't know how to identify it and actually be in it, you're connected to all that there is, ever has been, ever will be. Ever. All of the consciousness, all the collective consciousness of the universe, you're connected to it. You just have to know how to tune into it. It's like a radio. You just have to tune it just right, hit the signal just right, have the frequency just right, and you're in it. Yeah, it might be a little tedious. It might take a little bit of time, but eventually you'll get it. And the more you do it, the more you'll be in it. This is the message comes to you. That you're everything, okay? That you can choose how you desire to be in that body. You can choose this. Now, you can be low frequency throughout your existence in that body, or you can be high. You can be in deep gratitude from this day forward, always, 24/7. Or you can be in disarray, and you can be greedy, and you can be critical, cynical, negative. Complaining about this, complaining about that, griping about this, griping about that. And that's all low frequency, and it just continues to spiral you in the deeper muck and the deeper muck and lower frequencies and lower frequencies. It is a losing scenario. So, you are deep gratitude, you are joy, you are deep eternal love, you are going with the flow. You ever notice that when you plan, and a lot of times those plans do not come out the way you want? Every now and then, when you just say, oh, well, those plans are up in smoke, and you just ad-lib it, you go with the flow, that's when most of us experience the greatest memories and times. It was for the moment, I just did it, but it was the most wonderful experience I could have ever imagined having. But when you're tedious, plan, 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 plan. We should know our direction within ourselves. That's part of the mastering. Now, when you breathe out, you're breathing out all of the things that would try to convince you that it's not obtainable. That joy, you cannot maintain joy forever. You cannot maintain deep gratitude forever. You cannot do these things. It is not possible. Maybe off and on, but not all the time. These are the voices. This is the mind telling you. All right? It's the right and left brain communicating with you, telling you these things. Because the ego, it wants you to want incessantly forever. Whatever it may be, never, ever being satisfied. So you acknowledge this, and it's let go. It just alleviates itself and disperses. If you don't pay it any attention and replace it with high frequencies, where do you think it's going to go? It's not going to stay with you because it is you. So it's like you're doing house cleaning and you're getting things all super spiffy to always be in deep gratitude, always be in deep eternal love, always be in the flow that you are. Now we roll into our heart mind. Come into our heart mind. We float above the heart. We're already up in the throat, and we're effortlessly there. Our God comes and blends with us, merges with us, effortlessly, consciously. This is a nirvana experience every time. It is a blending. And when we do this, we literally create a paradise within us and outside of us. It is a paradise of heaven on earth. And heaven is nirvana. It is the highest high. It is the deepest bliss. It is the deepest gratitude. It is the deepest flow of love. you go, picture everything pristine in your heart. Picture it, no matter if it's garbage and all trashed and polluted. Picture it as pristine. If you really want to help this planet, that's what you do on a continual basis. You don't have to be outside. You could just be sitting somewhere and picture it in your heart's mind. Picture anything that has been defiled to be undone, to be new, to be beautiful, to be powerful. Because it's part of you, it's part of the life, it's part of existence, it's part of Source. We are protected. We're in a sphere. The sphere is made up of particles of different light frequencies. These light frequencies, because of their certain frequency, perform different applications for us. The emerald green healing flaming light of Archangel Raphael, this is a healing frequency. It is in us. We will eventually learn how to heal ourselves and many other things. It is the purple transmuting flame. When you have negativity, when you feel cynical, when you've been literally doused and saturated with negativity, cynicism, pessimism, you bring in the purple transmuting flame. This is at your disposal. You can use it to transmute all of these negative energies into neutralized substance, and you can literally bring in the violet ray on top of that and eliminate any residuals, purify and cleanse all that there is within you. You take the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. You can use this energy. This is a frequency. It is an energy. You can mold it. You can move it. You can apply it. And yes, each of us are magical. So you can use it as your resolve, your strength. It is part of you, and you identify it. It's a light frequency. It's a double whammy. And the highest high. The white fire. You use this. This is your protective field. It is an armor of pure, deep, eternal energy. And you use the white fire. It's your armor. And you always do this from the heart mind. And the golden white pink light of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be. It's the deep, eternal love. It is Source. It is Mother, Father, God. Prime Source, Creator God, our family. What do you think they are made of? Source energy. There is nothing higher than our gods, believe you me. And this has been wrongly depicted through this civilization. There are those who have been in God form much longer than others, therefore they have a greater experience, but this does not make them higher than any of the rest of us. We form arm in arm, hand in hand, and we form our circle of light. The circle of light enrobes the planet, saturates its very existence in deep, deep, deep eternal love. See it. Watch it within your heart mind. We begin to effortlessly move up above the planet, and as we do this, we immediately are drawn to call on all of the light energy beings in all densities, in all dimensions, all universes, all existences, who are only of the highest, deepest eternal love and from the highest, deepest eternal love, who are benevolent, kind, generous, caring, sharing, gigaplexes, that means they fill this entire universe and beyond. See that in your heart mind, the power and the impact of it. And arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us. And we're humbled by them. Their numbers cannot be described. They are humbled by us because we view each other as part of each other. And we are in deep eternal love. And we're in deep gratitude for each other. And imagine the circle of light, how that expands with them coming in those numbers. We fill the universe, everything in it, and beyond. We call upon all of the archangels, cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, all of the angels, all of this civilization, who are the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love, who are kind, benevolent, sharing, giving. And they come in. Massive numbers, in the trillions. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us. They're humbled by all of us. And we're humbled by all of them. And we are all in deep gratitude for each other as part of us. We are all part of each other. We call upon the ascended masters, those who have left body, who have ascended, who have stayed to assist civilization. They are the deepest eternal, the deepest, highest eternal love from the deepest, highest eternal love. They're kind, benevolent, caring, sharing, at peace. And they come. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Buddha, Sananda Jesus, Saint Germain, El Moria, Abundantia. They all come. Massive, many, many, many more. And arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us. And we're one. And we're deeply grateful for their presence as they are deeply grateful for our presence. And we are all in love. We call upon the inhabitants in this planet, hollow earth, Agartha, inner earth. All of the inhabitants who are the deepest eternal love from the deepest eternal love, who are in deep gratitude, joy, peace, sharing, giving, generosity. And they come. They come in the billions. And they move in effortlessly, arm in arm, hand in hand, and we become one. We expand even more. We are into other universes. We are continually advancing. Eventually, all there will be is deep, deep, deep eternal love. We call upon all of the off-worlders or galactics who have been assisting this civilization, who are of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love, only in benevolence, only in peace and joy, only in generosity, only in giving and kindness. And they come. They come in massive numbers, and they are of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love. They cannot participate if they are of low frequency. They cannot. They assist us with our evolution. They assist us with our enlightenment. They assist us with our ascension. They also assist us so that we can become conscious within ourselves to remove ourselves ourselves from the self-imposed bondage that we have been in forever. We're humbled by them, and we are in deep gratitude for them, and we embrace them, and we love them as they love us, are in deep gratitude for us, and are humbled by us. And they join us arm in arm, hand in hand, and we are one. Our light continues to expand. We call upon our loved ones who have ascended out of body in this life and all past lives that we have had, and all future lives that we have had. They are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. They are in kindness, generosity, sharing, peace, benevolence. And they come in the billions, and they join us arm in arm, hand in hand, and we are in deep gratitude, and they are in deep gratitude, and we are all humbled for each other. And we are in love. We call upon all of the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and in this planet at this time. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the trolls, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, mermaids, the dolphin, the whale, Pegasus, the unicorn. And even though your brain tells you that these are mystical or fantasy creations, that is not true. They are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and kindness, benevolence, and deep gratitude. And they come arm in arm, hand in hand, in massive numbers. And they are deep gratitude. We are in deep gratitude. And we are one. And we are all in love. We are all at peace. And we are all in joy. You look up and we see our meditative sphere setting center circle, holding all of our meditations in perpetual motion. This is a massive, massive sphere. It can be seen, heard, and felt in all densities, dimensions, universes, and existences. And everywhere it is affecting a shift in higher vibrational frequencies and harmonizing love, deep gratitude, and appreciation. It floods you, all of us. It saturates us from head to toe, inside and out, our physical bodies, our biological physical bodies, and our God forms within these bodies. This is a bristling, uplifting, reinforcing, reminding all of us that we are gods, that we are the masters and commanders in the light ships, that we are the ones that create all that there is, ever has been, ever will be. We are the ones that create everything. The good, the bad, the ugly. We create it. But when you can master who you are, explicitly understanding consciously, then everything changes. You are in continual bliss, joy, peace, and deep gratitude always. You are the conductor and the composer of it all. You compose the music and then you conduct it. You guide it. You direct it. Feel this. See the picture in your heart mind. Experience it as much as you can. And as we look down upon the planet, we see our brothers and sisters and all the light within them, within everything on and in this planet. We flood them with this awakening, this understanding We embrace the gods that they are. We're in deep gratitude of all of them. We love all of them. We love all things, all life. We walk and move effortlessly in these bodies in the deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude, happiness, joy, peace, benevolence. We write the music and we conduct its flow. If we write high frequency music and we conduct its flow, always in high frequency, always moving in it, striving to be it, always. And this is all of our brothers and sisters. This is everything. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. confidence without the ego, that we know who and what we are, that we are omnipotently powerful. And you're receiving all of the information and knowledge that you would require to do this for yourselves. Thinking for yourselves and leading yourselves. You will see things. You will hear things. But the interesting thing is you'll know what they are. They are seen by us, by our gods, as frequencies, some of the lowest low. The picture that you create within your heart-mind is what your intent is. And as you go with the flow, watch your frequency increase. Watch it as it literally goes up, up, up. It's like a Chopin or a Mozart or a beautifully orchestrated piece. And you wrote the music, and you're the conductor, and you are the instruments that create this beautiful frequency. You see how it all pins together, how it all connects? You're a beautiful ballet. You move effortlessly, directly, firmly, lovingly. You're graceful, beautiful, and ever expanding. Take this with you throughout the day, throughout the evening and night, into the following morning. You'll feel this in your heart-mind, and you'll know it to be true.